Hello everyone, we're Group 14, and Jason, Margarita, Jerome, Claudia, and I, Sebastian, decided to do our project on the movie The Imitation Game. The Imitation Game is a movie that revolves around World War II and the life of Alan Turing. Alan Turing was a genius mathematician, cryptographer, and a university professor. During the war, the British government intercepts an Enigma machine, a highly sophisticated and complex encrypting machine that the Nazis used for all communications. The British decide to create a special task force composed of the smartest men in the country to attempt and decode Enigma. Alan Turing decides to join the task force and sees Enigma as the hardest puzzle and challenge he had ever faced. The movie takes us through the ups and downs of the team and how they learn to work together, eventually creating the first ever computer, breaking Enigma, and playing a pivotal role in the Allies winning the war. Alan Turing returns home after the war. After multiple years, he is convicted of being homosexual and forced to take hormone treatment. Alan Turing committed suicide on June 8, 1954. One of the biggest issues in the movie is the fact that the team, especially Alan Turing, can't seem to work together. Here they are faced with an extremely difficult, if not impossible, challenge, and they can't even decide on how to work together. This is largely due to Alan Turing's personality and his inability to create interpersonal connections. This results in a long storming phase of group development, where there is no cohesiveness in the work at hand and no collaboration. In turn, the full potential of the unit is not reached and they are unable to decrypt Enigma. In order to understand and find solutions for the issue, we analyze the group with team-related organizational behavior theories. The team presents many traits of a self-managed team, as its main leader is not directly involved in the key activities of the group. Though he is authority, the execution of the project is left completely to its team members. According to organizational behavior theories, successful self-managed teams must be stable, relatively small, and composed of experts that are diverse to the right extent. The group in the imitation game corresponds to all of these characteristics except one: stability. Stability is defined as considerable interaction and high cohesiveness among the members. Indeed, at the start of the movie, there is a lack of cohesiveness in the group. Turing often exhibits a desire to stay out of the group, preferring to work independently. This rejection of the group's norms leads the members to further marginalize him and create a lot of conflict. This is unproductive, as precious efforts are wasted by working on two different projects. Therefore, the main obstacle to cooperation is Alan's behavior and the group's conflictive reaction to it. Indeed, several of his personality traits are an obstacle to the productivity of the team. According to the 5-factor model, these traits have a big impact on a person's self-efficacy for participating in self-managed teams. People with high scores in agreeableness, extroversion, openness, and conscientiousness, and low scores in neuroticism tend to have a higher self-efficacy when it comes to working in self-managed teams. With this in mind, we analyzed Alan's personality as it is displayed in the movie. He is very disagreeable. When it comes to his co-workers, Turing is cold, distant, inflexible, and uncooperative. He refuses to participate in the decoding work his co-workers want him to do. He is also not friendly with them, by rarely interacting at lunch or other social situations. Alan also has lower emotional stability, seeing as he clearly suffers from anxiety or possible obsessive-compulsive disorder. The film shows him having an anxiety attack as a young boy in school when the peas and carrots in his plate touch. Alan is clearly an introvert because he avoids social situations, therefore is very low on the dimension. He isolates himself in the corner office and barely interacts with those around him. He even asks for an office to himself in the beginning to avoid having to deal with others. Turing would score low on openness to experience, seeing as he only wants to follow his idea and is very inflexible. He is arrogant and thinks only his ideas are right. Finally, Alan is quite conscientious, seeing as he is orderly, self-disciplined, very hardworking, and achievement-oriented. This is quite obvious throughout the film. We can see that Alan throws himself into the project, works on it day and night, and even says he considers it the most important project in the world. As we had hypothesized, most of Alan's Big 5 scores are incompatible with a high self-efficacy for participating in self-managed teams. In fact, only his high conscientiousness is positively related to self-managed team success. All of his other traits point to his low belief that he can succeed as part of such a group. So how could the team have remediated the problem? 1. Encourage cohesiveness, as it leads to more success for the group's goals. 2. Social skills training. in order to facilitate Alan's integration in the group as well as conflict resolution. In conclusion, the issue stems from a lack of group cohesiveness based on Turing's personality and could be solved by socially coaching the team and encouraging teamwork.